Fancy intro music.
Fancy intro music. Yeah. Woo!
That was a very tone-deaf intro. Get it? Because the title of the video today is tone-deaf. Because I feel like that's how Scopely is right now when it comes to events related to Armadas. And the frustrating part of it is they were right on point. They were right where they needed to be. Scopely, you were there. Scopely, you understood. You were... For those of you wondering, yes, this is a surprising amount of energy for somebody who is sick. But sorry for not shaving and not getting ready. This is day 3 of probable COVID getting tested today. So y'all keep me in your thoughts and prayers in the comments below. But instead of a live video, you're getting a real rev video. And when I mean real rev, we're going to be honest today. We're going to say, look, we give Scopely credit where it's due. We always have. We gave him credit for the amalgam, which I still say was a great addition to the game, though obviously experience will vary based on where you are in the game. Literally, server-wise, that's going to affect what you think of the amalgam and how much you can get out of it. But all that aside, a negative has to be said because there was a way where they were actually doing better. I actually felt like they weren't tone deaf and they started to listen, and it's not been that way for months, and now it's time to call them back out and to call out the dev team who are running the events and say, yo, I see what you're trying to do. It's not good enough. Because here's the fun facts, and this is what we always like to say, and it's the truth. 2 parts here. 1, if it's an SMS event, it should be completable for the free-to-play players. Everybody. Free-to-play is SMS. SLBs, leaderboards, will give those to the spenders, the whales, or the free-to-play who earn. They save up and they go after those. Cool. Those are for them. But the SMS should be for everybody. All players, no matter where you're at, should be for you. And to go ahead and give a smidge of credit here, they did adjust the point totals because there was issues with scoring this morning. But you have 21 hours of the making of this video and less than that by the time you're watching it to spin the directives needed and defeat the armadas needed to get the points. And of course, it only counts rares and epics, which is obviously a spending tool. Now, there'll be no surprise that if we back out real quick, and then we go over here to this fancy yellow button of Latinum. Whoa, packs? Yes, and guess what? Galactic Armada pack, the one that they're pushing. Obviously, I've always said this is a very valuable pack if you're a spender. And in fact, I would encourage you to buy it at various points in the game and at times. But right now I have an issue because we've run multiple Armada events and we've been running Armada events for months, but the game is still not sourcing any form of rare and epic directive sourcing that the average player can accrue enough to truly contribute and complete these events. If you're making a leaderboard based one, which we just had a leaderboard based event to spend armadas, fine. I understand that as a game, it has to make money, and making money means selling packs. But you know how the game just made a crap ton of money? This amalgam. There's a lot of players on the game already with amalgams and maxed amalgams. And if you maxed your amalgam, you spent between $600 and $800. I'm not shaming you. I have no problem how you spend your money. I'm only proving that Scopely has made tons of money this month already. And then to come out with an event on top of an event and say, yo, you gotta pull out the old Wally Wally if you want to contribute again and complete these events. Now, keep in mind that this is the first month that we're practicing this SMS completionist series where they're really driving you to finish all the trophies that you can so that you can finish this event. And if you are completing most of the events, I think you're going to get there. But there's always going to be an SMS that you want to complete, and maybe you can't do all the ticketed events, which will give you a token. Whatever the reasoning being, you as a regular player deserve the opportunity to complete an SMS event. We've had the Romulan versus Klingon war going on, which is another leaderboard here at the end, focusing on killing armadas that we've been working on for days now. And I'm not even in a rank where I can place and earn rewards. Yet here we are staring down the barrel of another SMS event that requires us to have something we simply do not have in the game, epic and rare directives. And I mentioned before that they had done the right thing to prepare the free-to-play player base for this. And what did they do? Well, if you don't remember, let me use the power of the internet and editing. They sourced directives leading up into a month for all the players who would need them. And they said, you're going to be able to use these to complete the SMS events that would normally be too difficult. Now, there were still free-to-play players who wouldn't spend those 700 rare directives on leaderboards. And whether they won or not is up to them. But they had the opportunity to use this as an alliance tool, because that's 3 rare launches per player. So an alliance of 50, 150 rare armadas, which if you want to go into the math real quick, and many of you already have, if we had to defeat armadas 500 per rare, you can tell we're going to, I'm sorry, that's the losing, 1500 per winning rare. We're going to need quite a bit of those. So sourcing is needed. And you can't simply rely on the whales to do that alone. You need to be able to give everybody the chance to complete. I think that free-to-play should be able to compete in solo leaderboards. And I think that they do to an extent if they're saving up the resources and preparing for it. But when you get to these type of events, this is clearly a whip out the old credit card and participate. And that's simply not something that should be encouraged, allowed, and definitely no content creators should be making an excuse. And I'm not saying any of them are, but I feel like it's my job to come on here and say, this is not right. This is not how the game should be set up. This is supposed to be the one where everybody has a chance to reasonably complete. And I say reasonably because you can save up very slowly rare directives. We've been running Armada events back to back to back already, and now we're getting hit with an SMS so that we can recruit an officer, which I want by L. I do. I want to have another officer that gives me a weapons damage boost. Even if it's just for stat boosting, I want to collect all the officers. I want to collect all the ships. I want to collect all the skins. I want to be able to do everything in this game as a player who's not spending $20, $30, $40, $100,000. Those players are great. So happy they're in the game, but that's not me. I can't afford it. I don't even make that much. I want to be able to complete the SMS events reasonably. And that means probably being able to launch and win between 2 and 3 rare armadas total as a free-to-play player. And that's if you've been saving up a while. And even then, arguably not that reasonable. And then the fact that we need to write and include things like, well, people forget that you can actually do swarm armadas. How about eclipse armadas? How about Borg armadas? How about the ones down in territory space? Anything. There should also be an uncommon way to do that, because the only directive that a free-to-play player or a low spender can easily accrue every single day are uncommon directives. And even if you're in an alliance running armadas all the time, and I'm in a top 5 alliance as a level 41 player, I can't reasonably complete this event. Even with my alliance being a heavy spin alliance, my server 20, has over 35, I think, level 50 plus players now. We've got plenty of them. It's still going to be difficult to complete this without shelling out actual money. An SMS should be for the people, for the average player, and let the leaderboards be what determines the spending. And you know why it's fine to do that? Because you literally have an Armada leaderboard going on right now. It's right here. Here's your Armada leaderboard. Here, you see it? It's right. You see it, Scopely? You've already got it. So you're already making the money. You're already selling the packs. Make it to where regular players can source these type of events, and don't repeat mistakes of old. You did a great thing already earlier in the process. We were going into duality, making it to where players could reasonably source the average player, and you did it with this. Do it again when leading into a month, knowing that you're planning a lot of alliance leaderboards that are going to involve armadas, SMS events that are going to involve armadas. Give the players a warning like you did. The communication that month was fantastic. Tell the players what's coming and let them prepare for it, and let them know in the news section, hey, what you've got coming up for this Buy L event, for this SMS, is you're going to need to have directives. Save them. Get ready. Go out there and spend the directives. And if we go into the event notes for Duality Part 4, and we transition so you can see the notes, you see we've got the Upgrade the Amalgam. I get it. That's going to be a paid thing. We got the Recruit by L, the SMS right there. Let me know how we're going to do it. There's the Power Game. Today is the 16th. Scoring the event by completing Recruit by L sub events. That's the main. And then here is the 16th. Score by destroying armadas and spinning directives. You got to give me an ability to actually do it and to know that it's coming in 2 weeks. We've got another one coming. How can I reasonably expect to score this many points twice as an average player? SMS should be for the people. That's my gripe, and I want everybody who agrees to comment down below. Everybody who agrees to like this video. Seriously, like the video, because the more interaction these type of videos get, the more push they have to making Scopely do what you as the player base need them to do. And if you have more feedback, please, please, please join the Discord. Link is in the description of this video. And I'm only saying these things because I really want things to get better and change, because steps were taken in the right direction. Right now, we're not in that direction, and we've got to get back to that as a player base. My voice is going out, so I've got to wrap out this video. Thank you so much for watching. Live long and prosper. Stay safe for those Space Cowboys. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Share with your alliance, your friends, your server, so that we can get this game back on the right track and help this month and this arc end as amazing as it started. Y'all are amazing. Deuces, I'm out.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.